Hello and welcome. I believe everything is all set up. To Shifting Echoes. I'm Gonah.
I'm Teral.
And we are co-DMing this wonderful, wonderful show for you. First and foremost, let's go around the table, introduce yourselves and who you're going to be playing today. Starting off with Caitlin.
Hello, I'm Caitlin and I'm playing Kestrel, the spirits bard who just wants to figure out where her band went.
Off to Wren.
Hi there, I'm Wren. Today I'll be playing Iden, the halfling. I forgot what I am all of a sudden. Oh yes, I'm a druid.
Off next to Lexi.
I'm Lexi. I will be playing the one and only tiefling Psalm Eshrin. Rich and kind of wandering around for no reason. You know, it's fine.
Yeah, just a bougie rich person.
A good combination. Money and time on your hands.
Exactly. I'm dangerous.
And then Anna.
Hey, I'm Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny. And I play Lady Wisari Springfleet, who is in a complicated situation at the moment.
Just recently put up on Facebook. It's complicated. Well, that's fantastic. I am very excited for today. Like we had some stuff happen, but I don't remember what it was. Will you please tell us, Lexi?
Of course. So I will just go ahead and read it. So this last session, we started at Wisari's home, her vacation home. It was heavily guarded, but we moved quickly and quietly towards the servants' quarters of her home after being told that we should not interact with her aunt. Just underestimating her power. Kestrel offered to speak with Dead to help out Wisari, but we decided against that for the moment and just enter the house. So we snuck in during twilight and Eden turned himself into a cat. We broke in and then rolled past all the mercenaries that were kind of like latent around the pantry. We then went into a tunnel. We lit a torch and mined some mushrooms. We fought one of the guards. It was a guard. It was not a guard. It was Tally. After saying that we were told by Tally to tell Tally to go to, it was a whole mess. It was fine. But we fought Tally and then surprised her by locking her into a cell below the castle. We then proceeded upwards through the castle to Wisari's room, where she and then we all saw her aunt, the woman who, or I guess Queen Essere is her name. We saw her aunt arm in arm with Sylphine, the woman we were trying this entire time to save. We hid in Wisari's secret bedroom. and mused as to why this could be. But not after Kestrel sent a message to Sylphine asking if she needed help, making the entire castle jump into full alert. We hid in a secret room while we devised a plan, and then we decided to meet Sylphine and Queen Essere, who was in the beautiful library / observatory of the family, where we also met with Sari's lethargic father. So we ended up with Sylphine, Evil Auntie, and her dad. After a passionate retelling of the true events of the coup, it is realized that this was an effort over time to bring a revolution to the way things were done in their kingdom, because there was like no electricity, which is kind of like not cool. They wanted to move things forward at the cost of Wasari's mother, a tavern full of people, and all of the lives lost on the day of the coup. Sylphine had been working with Queen Essere the entire time, and ex-Lord Springfate was under a spell to keep him dormant. We all had cutting remarks and decided that this was not the place or the time to make a stand, and went on our way to find our next adventure. And that's where we are now.
Wonderfully done. Yeah, small things happened.
Little tiny things.
So,
just a bunch of little stuff.
all of you were able to leave the castle unharmed. You found your
Axebeaks?
Axebeaks tied up where they were. So Breinoc was having a bit of a time, as I recall, and you were able to just ride home. You even, you took the main road. You were able to stay in the 1 or 2 hotels that litter this main road, and it was honestly a pretty easy trek. The next time that we see our adventurers...
Oh, I will say, you do, for turning your Axebeaks back in unharmed, you do get your 50 gold deposit back.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget to mark that on your books.
And definitely every single person in...
Oh, I paid for mine.
...that town said, hope you had a great visit. Please come back and visit again. And remember, have a wonderful stay away from Andare. And you were all able to...
Yes.
I'm sorry, before we decide to go anywhere, I need to know, are there souvenirs that we can look at?
Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, there absolutely are.
Absolutely.
There's anything from tunics that just have these beautiful rolling hills and Andare type, with this great typography across it, to their little keychains. There's there's those things where you can get your name on a keychain with Andare
great.
on the back.
I love it. Is there a little hawk stuffed animal?
Oh my gosh, yes. There's hawk stuffed animals. There's those little ornaments where you can hold it like this and then it go and a little
and then it collapses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying your gusto towards this, so take an inspiration.
I would like to purchase a small, I'd like to purchase a hawk stuffed animal, if I may.
Yeah, go for it.
A hawk stuffed animal would only be probably two gold.
2 gold? What is it made out of? Spun silver?
They are elven made. They're all handmade.
First of all. And second of all, it's $2.
You can't dispute that.
I mean, I certainly can, my fine merchant.
I mean, you don't know if they're not handmade, is what I'm saying.
The most I have is 8 silver. What can I get for 8 silver? This is important to me.
You can get a turkey leg and 3 silver back.
I would like to get this as a gift for someone. And I really think they could use a pick-me-up. And I really, really need to make this work. Do you have anything, hawk, that I could get for 8 silver and my eternal gratitude?
The merchant thinks for a second.
Luck for you?
No. But you can give me a charisma persuasion check, threatening to convince them to lower the price for you.
Are you going by yourself?
I was gonna say, do you tell any of your party members?
Yes.
I mean, if we're if we're looking around at souvenirs, I'm probably doing this covertly while everyone else is like poking around.
I am
Everyone
not
else
poking
got
around.
those turkey legs.
Yeah.
I'm waiting outside the shop because I don't want to see all of these souvenirs.
I think
of
oh, yeah,
falcons.
Oops.
Your falcon. Yeah.
I would like to perhaps
What did you get?
hope to the stars for a little guidance on this persuasion. And oh, that's nice. Oh, that's bad.
You're gonna make this hawk cost 3 gold instead.
For you, 5. No, what did you get?
I rolled higher on my D4 than I did on my D20.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I still need the total.
And I did not roll low enough to get to re-roll it. So that's going to be an 8 total.
An 8 total. You see the elvish vendor just look at you. And you're pleading for it. And he's like, I can't give you a hawk for 8 silver. You know what I can do?
But I'm buying it for 8 silver. I'm not. You're not giving it to me.
You know what I can do though?
What?
He opens up the cart stall and pulls out like this hawk, and half of its neck's torn with stuffing sticking out. One of the eyes is missing. This got trampled. It's extra inventory. We were just gonna burn it at the end of the day. I'll give this to you for 8 silver.
I mean, you were gonna burn it. I'll take it. I'll give you 2 silver for it. It's trash.
5.
You're really gonna haggle with me over your garbage?
I can't just let it walk away. The boss is gonna ask questions. I gotta
were
write
gonna
this down in the
burn it.
logbook.
You're gonna say I salvaged this gross hawk for 2 silver, which is 2 silver more than you would have had. You would have burned that money, boss.
Look,
come on. I'm a visitor here. I've got like jack shit for money in my pocket. Can you work with me?
no, I can't. I really can't.
Swear to God.
5 silver. Best I can do for this beaten up hawk.
Fine. 5 silver, you thief. I'm gonna give you such a bad review.
You do that. Would you like to speak to my supervisor?
I'm gonna assume you are the supervisor based on your smug attitude.
Yeah, absolutely. You guessed it.
Oh my God.
Here, have the
Alright.
eye. That fell off.
Thank you.
You're
I'll
welcome.
take the eye. I'll take all the pieces, and I hope you have a great bonfire where you take out the trash.
I will. And you see the elf just stick like the 5 silver in his pocket instead of the till.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, I know.
I
Curse
think
upon him. I curse at him in halfling. And
I
walk
think
away.
while that's happening, like in the background, you're like haggling. I think that Psalm is showing Kestrel. She's like, they always have SALM, and they always have just so many versions of Psalm. They can never spell my name right. I just don't get it.
And it's so weird because like yours is how it's supposed to be spelled.
It's like historically recorded as that, and they just decided that was the most invalid way of spelling it. For
I swear they
keychains.
only pick the weird spellings for these keychains. It doesn't make any sense.
Terrible.
Shove the hawk in my bag, and I walk over and go, oh look, an Eden, and I pull it off of the rack.
Psalm is like holding the SALM and like looks down, sees that, and it's just like it hangs it up.
Out of curiosity, Eden, are you stealing that, or are you just like?
No, I just look at it and then I put it back.
Okay. I want like, it'd be a roll.
Just for the showboating.
Yeah, just for funsies.
Is there one that has Jerry's name on it?
Roll a 6.
Okay.
D6.
D6, yeah.
Yeah, don't roll a 6.
Evens, yes. Odds, no.
2.
Yes, there is a Jerry.
Okay. I will walk to the front. I will grab it. I will hopefully buy it. I'm going to try to put it on the tressum. Just fasten it to the tressum somehow.
Okay, it's 3 silver.
Beautiful. Will do.
Okay. So, anyone else? Like any other great souvenirs, there are things like there are cups, there are mugs, there anything that you could find in any kind of a theme park thing. You're there's silly straws with Andare like spelled out. Okay, cool. Y'all are able to get onto a train, and
you head back to Breinoc.
Mm-hmm.
As we're on the train going, I'm keeping an eye on my watch compass to see what's happening.
Okay. You see it pointing in the same direction that it was on the way up.
But every now and then you see the watch hands just like jerk back in the direction you came from. Just for like a small moment.
Like in the Andare direction or in the Breinoc direction?
In the Andare direction.
Roll a perception check.
Okay. Uh, 14.
Judging by like that seems weird. It doesn't seem to be jerking that way as it normally would. It's just a little bit jerkier and almost as though like it's being pulled, not the same way that this, where it seems to be flowing directly with the direction it's supposed to. It's almost like if you were to take your own finger and move it.
Does it look like something's like interfering with it?
It doesn't look like it, but I mean, you don't see anything interfering with it.
Okay.
But it does look like it is every now and then being moved back towards Andare.
And it wasn't doing that while we were in Andare.
Correct.
Well, that's weird.
What?
It well, the at least the member of the band that was being tracked, and mostly it says they're still down in the place they were in the south. I forget what it's called.
Enrelar.
But it keeps jerking back towards Andare, and I don't know why. I mean, I guess if we're going back to Breinoc anyway, we could always go ask Marscapone, and maybe it's just running out of energy.
Probably. We need to get a new spell for you anyway, so that we have the full 5 days.
Maybe the magic's just wearing off.
Is that kind of thing possible with these kind of items?
Well, I don't know, but he did say magic would only be about 5 days, and I think we're coming up on that, so maybe it's just running out of batteries.
Okay. Let's go get it recharged. Yeah, let's get it recharged and see where it points then.
Otherwise, your train ride is pretty standard. Like, people come in, ask for tickets, things like that. Wren?
I'm not done yet with this train ride.
No, go for it. Go for it.
While everyone is discussing Kestrel's defunct radar, I am going to be opening up my rucksack and kind of half paying attention, be like, oh yeah, that's weird. That's so strange. And I would like to cast Mending on the busted ass hawk to fix it.
Go for it.
What now?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Oh, go for it. I thought you said roll for it. I was like, what?
You see, as you cast the mending, you see the stitches start twining back together, and the stuffing gets sucked back into the hawk's neck. The little button just like floats up and just reconnects to where the eye was.
Have you ever seen The Thing?
The movie The Thing?
Yeah.
Or the Marvel
That
hero
in
The Thing?
reverse.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. I love it. Or like playing Doom in reverse. Instead of ripping and tearing, you're reassembling.
Yeah. Exactly.
After reassembling that hawk, I will pull it out of my bag and slip it behind my back, and I will turn to Wasari. Hey, Wasari?
Yeah.
I got you something because I figured this trip really sucked and maybe you wanted something nice to remember instead of everything else. So, here you go. And I just like hold my hands up with the little stuffed bird in it. It's a gift from me to you.
Oh.
Sorry, your family sucks, but your friends are here, and hope this helps. Maybe.
She reaches out and takes it and looks at it for a moment.
I had to fix it.
Well, it looks wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
She just sits quietly staring at it, I think, for the rest of the train ride.
Perfect. I will awkwardly exchange stares between everyone else in the cart in turn.
As you all ride the train back to Breinoc, you see the familiar rolling hills of Andare turn into the flatlands of Breinoc. You pass the farm fields, most of which have been harvested, and you come past the train stop that Kestrel you recognized was the one that pointed directly south. And then as the train keeps rolling through, it starts shifting to the southwest slowly. Once again, you notice every now and then the compass jerking back towards Andare, but only for a moment. And as you continue along the train ride, you finally arrive in Breinoc Station at around 9 p.m. that night.
Well, we should find some place to sleep and see if we can reconnect with Jerri.
Makes sense. We could go back to that place we stayed last time.
I was just going to suggest that.
Possibly. Let's see what else is available. I have some other things in mind.
Okay.
What's the matter with the other place? The breakfast was good. The beds were comfy.
No, it was fine. Let's just and she kind of leads the party off, not saying much.
Do you think the bed was bad last time we were here? All right.
Maybe just processing a lot right now.
I guess.
As you go through, Wasari, you recall that there are several different kinds of hotels all throughout Breinoc. And you do know the area where both the lower price range hotels are and the higher price range hotels are. And in fact, if you would like, as you're walking out of the station, they do have one of those the pamphlet stands where businesses can put their And so you can check and see like what amenities there are, or if you want to go to a specific area of Breinoc or anything like that, and you can probably find a hotel that will suit your needs.
Yeah, looking for something very high end.
Okay. Let's see. There are 2 or 3 that are truly high end. One is called the Moon's Fallow. Another one is called the Solar Eclipse. Another one is called the Rose's Bloom.
Let's go with the first one, Moon's Fallow.
Moon's Fallow. Okay.
Okay.
As you make your way there are several times. Well, let's put it this way. Anyone who would like to can make a perception check.
Can I use my passive?
You may. You may.
Yes. Yes, you absolutely may.
We got a natural 20.
Hey!
What is your total, Lexi?
So 21.
Thank you.
Okay.
11.
13.
13.
16.
16. Okay. Yeah, you got that. So Psalm is able to, like, you see that there are people that seem to be taking special notice of your group. No one is approaching you, no one is anything like that, but in particular, like, there are a lot of kids that you notice will look at your group and then run off into the shadows, into alleyways, things like that. Again, no one is approaching, no one's getting anywhere near. Just it almost feels as though like your group is in a bunch of costumery and drawing eyes, but you know that you should look just absolutely normal.
May I suggest that we not spend too long here? I think that when I see children running away like that, that looks like they're gonna go snitch. So I don't know. I don't know if you all saw it, but there's
Snitch on what?
I mean us.
We just got here.
apparently.
Snitch on us for what?
It could be for anything. Listen,
I paid for that stuffed animal.
proud of you. There's just so many ways that we could be being watched. We don't know if the one scientist has been following us. We don't know anything.
Maybe your aunt sent people out after us after all.
It's true.
Or maybe your band members are looking for you.
Well, that's probably not true.
If she wanted me dead, I would already be dead. But Sylphine was following me for the last 8 months. She had plenty of opportunity.
Maybe they don't want you dead, but they just want to know what you're doing. Maybe they're just spying to stay up to date. Or maybe it is that doctor guy who wants to know when we're coming back.
Could be the doctor. It could be Jenner.
Why would it be Jenner?
Could be my mom.
Your mom. Hold up.
What? No, nothing.
We'll talk on that later. I think that the goal is definitely not to stay as longer than we have to. I mean, if everyone's tired, then we can rest, but we wake up in the morning and we leave.
Maybe it's Jerri. Maybe Jerry's looking for us.
Could be.
It's true. Maybe they like the look of my tressum that's on my back. Well, I just want to say I don't like the look of it.
Always this suspicious of kids?
Yes, I'm suspicious of anyone who looks like they're gonna snitch. I can tell. I can see it in their eyes.
What look does someone have in their eyes when they're gonna snitch?
It's very specific and odd and peculiar, but their eyes stay the same. It's more so that they get a little twitch in their mouth, like that they kind of smile, like they're excited to tell, like the words can't stay in.
Oh, okay. Like you know a secret that you're just gonna run over and tell your sister about.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
That kind of thing. very special. But having been snitched on a lot of my life, I can identify that look out of a crowd.
Did you have a lot of siblings?
Yes, a lot. Big family.
Apparently a lot of snitchable activity.
Well, kids like to tell on everything, you know? It's like,
Oh.
oh, get up off the ground. You're not really hurt. You're crying because you want mom to know. You're not actually hurt. It's like one of those kind of things.
As Psalm regales you with all of the way that she definitely did not deserve to be snitched on.
It's true.
You are able to make your way to the Moon's Fallow. And this place, like, you know that one song, Putting on the Ritz? It was about this hotel. It is large. It is glorious. All of the, like, it looks as though all of the archways, all of the accenting is gold. And then there's a lot of green, especially green windows, green grass, painting. Even when you step inside, there are plants all over the foyer. And actually, like, when you look, it's some of them are in planters. Other ones, they almost look as though they're just growing out of the ground itself.
As you approach the doors, the door greeter offers to take your equipment and gear and load it onto a cart for you and bring it up to a room as well.
Yeah, I'll drop my bag.
Yeah, Sam will very carefully, like, she'll go through everything that she wants to leave, but she will hold on to her gun and her ammo.
Iden and Kestrel?
Yeah, I dropped my stuff as well.
I guess.
Okay. You see them take your things and head towards a staff elevator. You're able to walk up to the
Front desk.
And there are 2 or 3 people standing at attention, ready to serve you.
Do I get a claim check for that?
No.
Well, why am I giving you my stuff if I can't verify that it's mine later?
Oh, they're not giving us like bell tickets?
They are going to bring. They said they would bring it directly up to your room.
If they don't, I'm coming back for you. What's the name of the concierge?
You look at their name tag and it says Bafo.
I'm coming back for you, Bafo. Okay.
As you wish, sir.
I do wish for my stuff to get to the room, and if not, it's on you, Bafo.
You got it.
And the person next to you, what's their name?
Sako.
Bafo and Sako. I don't believe those are real names for the life of me, but I'm gonna come and make your life miserable if my stuff doesn't get there. I'm in spicy mood today.
We live to serve, sir.
Eden, I'm sure your stuff will get there.
No, I don't trust all this gilded fancery.
Just relax with the luxury, you know? It's there for a reason.
It feels like they're trying too hard.
Everyone's trying too hard.
I'm not.
So fancy. Kestrel's just like staring at everything.
But yes, we need a room, a suite, 4 people.
You see one of the receptionists turn behind and look at the giant wall full of keys in the different slots. 4 people. How many beds are you looking for today, madam?
4, if they're available.
An awful lot of unrented rooms.
We are very discerning in our clientele. And so the receptionist turns back around. He pulls a key out and turns around. And how will you be paying for this, madam?
What are the rates?
For this suite, it will be 500 a night.
We can split that, right? We can split that.
You may pay for it however you wish. We just like to know ahead of time if it's half now, half after, if you have a payment plan.
Cash, credit, or check?
We're paying with money, that's for sure.
I'm balking at this. Was sorry does not balk at this. Give me just a moment. A lot of money for
just a
hotel
heads
room.
up, like while we're wrapping our heads around this, like the way that we have put this is the idea that 1 gold is $1.
Yes.
And so this is a
Okay.
$500 a night room. We're not saying like,
But this is also 1940s $500 a night.
yeah.
I spent $5 on a crappy, half-broken... God.
No,
No,
you
you spent 50
cents. 50 cents?
50 cents.
Oh, okay, that's a lot better. All right, yep. I can't math very well.
Yeah, that's why I was saying like 2 gold is $2.
That's so much.
I know.
So we never established how much Psalm has, but like we never came up with a gold amount that Psalm has.
We'll type it to you in your
Cool.
Yeah.
'Cause if she's rich and has a lot of time, I would just assume.
Yeah, no, yeah, and like I have literally no doubt that your parents have been wiring you money as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Was sorry does not balk at this at all. You can bill it to Indare. She says, messing with the bangle on her wrist that has her family crest on it.
The Bafo, like, oh, naturally. Would you mind if I called them very quickly to refer?
Doesn't believe you.
Of course.
Should we go somewhere else?
Thank you so much for your understanding. And you see Bafo turn around and does not ask for your number. They already have it on hand because major fiefdom. Dials up the number and you can hear whispered tones. Yes, we have... turns around. May I have your name, madam?
Was sorry Spring Fate.
Spring Fate's wonderful. We have a Wasari Spring Fate here who is requesting a room. $500 a night. Naturally. Thank you, Your Highness. And hangs up. And says, your room is covered. And she said, for as long as you need to stay here, you may stay here.
Bleed or dry. I did not say that in character.
It's very generous. With your money.
Order room service.
And so the person who hands Wasari the key says, and do each of you also want keys?
Yes,
I will
please.
take one.
Okay.
Yes.
And turns around, and this time you notice, as they take a key off, another key appears on the hook, and so they are able to take off the 3 keys and give one to each of you.
And you see just in the box that the key's held in, you see like a little tally mark glow for every key that was taken out.
Before we go, Bafo, I have one more question for you and Sako.
I live to serve.
What's the hotel policy on animals?
Well, obviously, if you have a pet, we would like for you to tell us so that we may accommodate you as you need. but also we will be asking for a deposit from you up front, so that way, if cleaning service needs to go in tonight or anything like that, that will be covered.
Okay. We don't have any pets.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. If in your future stays you would like to bring pets, absolutely, just please tell us. Thank you so much.
Of course. My pleasure. Thank you, Bafo.
And Bafo kind of bows and moves back to their station.
Turn around and shake my head.
Guess we will head up to the room then.
As you head up towards the room, you wander down the hotel hallways towards the elevators, and you see in one of the rooms just this giant glass wall, and it shows into this massive indoor swimming pool area, and you see a bunch of people in fancy swimming outfits just having fun. It looks like it's actually at the beach inside there. You can see the ocean for as far as the eye can go, and it's sunny. You look up and you can see the sky with the sun and the blue sky shining down on you, and you smell just from outside of the room a little bit of the sea spray.
Smells refreshing.
They do that.
Illusion magic, I'm sure.
It's the power of luxury.
Never seen anything like that before. Why are you laughing?
I'm telling you, you just have to give in to it. It's so nice. It's sweet. It feels good to be taken care of. Just this once. We're at a nice hotel. I think we should just enjoy ourselves.
Kestrel is over at the glass wall with her nose pressed up against it, just staring at the ocean.
Feels
And
fake.
whoever was keeping an eye out for us, we should be safe here as well.
Why is Bafo and Sako gonna keep us safe?
A hotel like this, it's more difficult to make a scene, especially if you need to uphold an image in the city.
Do we need a scene?
Plus, it's pretty.
I mean, I'll look at Kestrel and the beach and everything laid out behind. I mean, yeah, it's pretty, all right. But I mean, we don't need all these trappings for it to be pretty, right?
Well, no, but every once in a while it doesn't hurt.
I guess.
I bet there's a mini bar.
Wait, is that like small drinks? Or just like, wait, what is a mini bar?
It's like when they put all the snacks and stuff in your room and then you get to eat them and then someone else gets to pay for it.
Oh,
Well, unless you're paying for the room, then you have to pay for it. But we're not paying for the room. So someone else has to pay for all the snacks.
Go
that's
crazy.
true. Okay. I just made a plan for the evening. Mini bar, regular bar, beach. And then I'll just start walking towards the stairs. Done with
The
it?
elevator. So as you get to the elevator, it opens up and you see the elevator operator in there, just hand on the lever. Good evening. Nice and formal, proper attire, same uniform as everyone else you've seen up to this point.
Is there a name tag?
There is a name tag. What does it say, Wren? What is the name of this NPC?
Conflatio.
Conflatio. Conflatio the half-orc is your elevator operator for this evening.
Oh my god.
My wife is unimpressed.
I will show him the number on the key, on the key ring that we have.
Oh yes, very good. And you see the elevator operator take your key from you, stick it into the elevator and turn it, and then pulls the lever. As that happens, the elevator shuts behind you and you hear that nice, gentle, soothing music that only elevators can have.
How noisy are the mechanics?
You don't hear the elevator operating.
That's nice. This is surprisingly more soothing than I was expecting.
But about maybe a minute later, you feel just like a slight jostle of your stomach as the elevator slows down. You barely notice it, but anyone who's never ridden in an elevator would definitely feel it. And then the elevator door opens behind you into a room with a living area, lounge, mini kitchen, and several doors off to the side. Your room. And you see Conflatio pull the key out and hand it back to you.
Thank you very much.
You're telling
Thank you.
me this is the room?
Yes, this should have all of your living amenities for as long as you desire, including several bedrooms and bathing areas as well.
Wow.
The bar is fully stocked, and there is a complimentary fruit basket as well for your stay.
Fruit basket?
Psalm has already ripped it open and is like biting into an apple crisply, and it's like the power of luxury. It just bites into it.
Are there any snacks that aren't complimentary in here?
No, they are all with your hotel stay.
Oh. I guess that's fine too.
If you would like, I can have a menu brought up for room service.
Yes, please.
Thank you, Conflatio. You're the best. We want all the menu and all of the other extra menus and other orderables to be delivered to the room.
And I will tip him as well as we're having this
same.
conversation.
Conflatio, before you go back down, I would love to order an entertainer to come to the room as well. Do you have someone like on retainer? Like a magician. Not a clown, though. Not a clown, like a magician.
I am sorry, but the night is very late, and so anyone who would be doing entertainment has already gone home for the evening. In the morning, I'm sure that there will be shows all throughout the area, if you would like.
That's fair. I'm sorry, Conflatio. I forgot how late it was.
Yes, it's around 10:30 when you're finally getting into your hotel room. And
I appreciate all your help, Conflatio. You're so great, Conflatio. I'm gonna step out and
I
stop
will
talking
tip
now.
him a platinum.
You are quite generous, madam. And you see Conflatio just tuck it into his breast pocket.
How long until our stuff gets here?
The dumbwaiter over there will deliver the menus to you. It should arrive as soon as I can let the front desk know that is what you have desired. Or you can always call the front desk yourself, and they will deliver it much sooner than me returning to them.
Okay. I mean all of our stuff, right?
Your stuff should be located in different rooms.
Oh. Okay.
Wait, like a scavenger hunt?
You see Conflatio thinking about the words he used and trying to rephrase it. Your stuff should be located in one room each.
We appreciate it. My
Throughout
friends
the
like to
hotel? Where? Do you have a clue for us? Like,
Conflatio's starting to get this nervous sweat. And
I grab
like-
Eden by the wrist and start trying to tug them into the hotel room.
Yes.
Conflatio, if my stuff's not in my room, I'm coming for Bafo and Sako.
Thank you, Conflatio. Thank you.
have a good evening, madam. And
So,
then he-
okay, go
yes.
ahead.
No.
Oh.
Complatio was just going to shut the elevator.
Yes, Psalm will turn to Wasari and the rest and say, I was going to do a little shopping while we're here. I know it's late, but should I do it now or should I do it in the morning?
I don't think many places will be open now. Perhaps we do it in the morning. I have a few things to purchase as well.
Okay, perfect.
And then we need to
talk
get-
to Marscapone
Yes.
so we can run some errands in the morning.
Okay,
Mhm.
sounds
And then
good.
by lunch, be on our way.
Okay, thank you, Conflatio. Have a good night.
Thank
Okay.
you as well. And so now the doors were already closed, like the metal grating door, whatever those are called. I don't know.
Yeah.
But as you see, they slowly change, and it is now a wooden door in front of you.
Okay.
So, anybody want to play a game?
What kind of game?
I don't know, but you had a great game last time we played a game, and I was thinking maybe you knew what to do if we go to a fancy hotel room.
I go check and make sure my stuff is here.
Yeah,
All your
let's play
stuff is
that game
there.
first.
These appear to be just people doing their jobs.
Yeah, so each of you finds in one of the rooms, in no particular order, except for Anna, who paid for the suite. Your room is slightly better than the other three, and your stuff is in that room. But everyone else's room is roughly the same. Super luxurious, 4-post beds, down feather, mattresses, all of that good stuff. Satin sheets and...
You know what we should do? We should all have a sleepover because we're in a fancy hotel and it's something that they wouldn't expect. They want us all to sleep in separate rooms. Let's have a sleepover instead.
Well, you requested the separate rooms. Well, it's not
I
some
didn't.
scheme. Well, I did.
Yeah, so what if sleepover?
I think
Right?
that after
It is so
camp,
comfy.
yeah, camping in the forest last night, not in the forest, but being on the road has made me itching for a nice actual bed. So,
Okay.
but I think we should play games till super late.
That's fine. That would be nice. Just-
Do you not want your own room?
No, that's great. Let's play some games and drink from the bar and have a great time.
Well, because you could.
What?
If you don't want your own room, I don't mind sharing.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay. I'll bring my pillows in and we can have a giant pillow pile.
Okay. I mean, I'll probably still sleep in the bed because I do want the bed. Like, there can be a pillow pile next to the. Just if you don't want to, be by yourself.
Oh, that's fair. How big are the beds?
The beds are big enough to accommodate even someone who was Goliath or Furbolg size. Like, each bed is probably about king size, maybe even Alaskan king.
And we're teeny.
I love that. I'm always like California king. No, Alaskan king.
Alaskan.
I'd require the largest state.
Well, I was thinking we'd just throw all the pillows on the bed and then there would be lots of pillows and a big bed.
Okay.
But I'll sleep on one half.
Yeah. Giant pillow bed. I like it.
Yes.
Until then, maybe we could play a drinking game. We could do some. Oh yeah, go ahead.
As you're like discussing this and talking about what can be done, you notice all of these amenities. For instance, there is a radio. You can see that there's a phone in the main living area. You can see that there is a cooler box. It's not quite a fridge, but you can see that it has been magic to be able to keep foods cold. There's even things like a mini stove in the kitchen area. All of these things that, like, if any of you are hungry or anything like that, you can also do.
And as you're talking and discussing, you hear the telltale ding of the dumbwaiter, and then you see like this little metal panel open up over in the kitchen area, and in there is a menu for you.
Can we order some food?
Absolutely. I'm
Go for it.
hungry.
I encourage you to order the most expensive things.
The menu does not have prices on it.
That's a
So,
good sign.
I think that means
places.
we have to. I think that means we have to order multiple things in order to ensure we're getting the most expensive out of it.
We should probably just try one of everything, right?
That's right. That's right. That's right.
What do you want, Wasari?
I'm good. But you all enjoy.
You gotta be hungry. We haven't eaten all day. All right, let's executive decision time, everyone. Let's order something for our friend.
Well, why don't we just get one of everything, and then Wasari can eat whatever seems good when it gets here.
True. It's true.
Well, then
They
how
Or
will
not.
we know what to
She
get
doesn't want to.
Good.
multiples of in case they want everything?
That's true as well. I think we should order everything, but I specifically, if they have like a very nice steak, I'm going to get a steak that is the largest size with 3 different sides that are like, it's like you can't just get the mashed potatoes. You got to get the mashed potatoes that's like loaded. That's what I'm gonna get. And then I think that Psalm will just be like, well, sorry, might have the same taste as me, maybe, when it comes to food, maybe. So she's gonna order double like lobster rolls, order double like all of the rich people like calamari, like all that kind of stuff. She's gonna order double of that and be like, I think that's correct. Hope for the best.
And Dari is on the ocean.
I was just gonna say, I want scallops. I want all the scallops.
Yeah.
No, I want scallops.
I'm gonna get some kind of like quail thing, like a roasted quail situation, and then all of the desserts.
Perfect.
Fantastic.
Okay. Most of you are unsure of like what to then do. Like, who do you? Psalm, I assume, takes the menu over to the phone, calls the front desk, and lists all of these things off. As well as, you know, things like how do you want your steak cooked, etc. All sent down, and yes, that will be sent up to your room shortly. Thank you.
So we'll hang up the phone, just turn to everyone and go, well, that's taken care of. Drinking game, anyone? There
As
are
they're
2
pulling bottles out of the bar.
Absolutely. There are 2 different ways that we can play this game. Now, we can do the normal game, which is, it's called Flip Cup. It's pretty fun. And you literally just, we go around and flip them, and then we'll split into 2 teams, of course. And then I think we should each just try to flip like 2 or 3 cups or something. But once you're done and you get the cup flipped over, then you move to the next one and move to the next one, and you work in teams to get all the cups flipped. Or we could do a more spicy game like Truth or Truther, or whatever we called it again, where we are asking about truths, but if you do not or don't want to answer or think it's spicy or not to answer, you can drink.
I like the spicy idea.
I like the spicy idea. I always like the spicy idea.
Sure, why not?
If everyone else is doing it, I guess I will.
Okay.
And that, boys and girls, is how peer pressure works.
But so why don't I start, and Psalm will get a little shot glass for each person and set it out, and then put like the whatever alcohol we have or whatever spirits we have, put it in the center so that if you take a shot, you can just reach for it, fill it up. And she'll start filling up her own shot glass and just kind of say, let's start with Kestrel. Truth or Truthia. I don't know what we called this last time. Truth or drink, we'll just call it that.
Truthbound, I think we called it.
Truthbound, that's what it's called, yes.
Wait, so just, I mean, I remember how this game works, but just in case anyone else doesn't. So I can either drink up front or I can answer a question, but then if I hear the question and I don't want to answer it, then I still drink.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That way there's options. There's options.
Yeah. Truth.
Truth. If you could steal a talent from any one of us, or if you could steal one talent from each of us, what would you steal?
Oh, wow. Let's see. I would steal, well, turning into animals is really cool, so I would totally steal that. And Psalm can cast fireball, so I would definitely take that. And I really like how Wasari does that like dancing thing with your sword. That'd be really cool to do too.
That seems like a sufficient answer for me. Now the question is, if you answer it, do I drink?
Yes.
She drinks.
I don't remember, but now the answer is yes.
Yes. That's one shot for the books. Okay. She shakes it off, and it's your turn, I guess.
Okay. Wasari, truth or drinking?
Ask your question.
Okay. What is the best book you've ever read? Thinking back to like the gorgeous library at their house.
It's a great question.
It's different from what I would normally read. When I was younger, there was a book I found in our library just of fairy tales. The area where our capital is, it wasn't always Andare. There were other fiefdoms there in the past, and it was fairy tales from cultures that had existed in that area previously. And there were just so many, and they were so different, and a lot of tales of adventure. And I really enjoyed that.
And I will take a drink.
Iden, you want a question or do you want a drink?
Ask anything. I'll answer it. Unless I don't, then I'll drink.
I mean, the obvious question here is, what's your favorite animal?
I drink. to make it interesting, I drink multiple times because what's the point of just not taking the question in the first place?
There you go.
Well, it's your turn to ask something.
It's nothing personal, but I really just can't choose. Okay. Psalm. What's the least legal thing you've ever done?
You see that she starts to drink and then she's like, okay, all right. So I haven't really told anyone this before, but me and one of my siblings, when my parents were having people over, a lot of dignitaries, a lot of famous people, a lot of royal people, we, I guess it's not technically the most illegal thing we've ever done, but they got pretty mad at it. We switched up everyone's coat tags at the coat check, so they went home with different things. But before that happened, this was, mind you, my mother's birthday. Me and my siblings all cast thaumaturgy at the same time to make a really loud fart noise, and then started pointing at other people to start just a flurry of fury and like people thinking that it was everyone else. That was probably my favorite thing I've ever done, and also the most confusion I've ever drawn in a situation before. And not super illegal, but you know, kings and queens and royal people don't really like not having their daggers in their coats. It's just a lot. It's a lot. So, not the most illegal, but most chaotic.
Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but the question was most illegal. And if it wasn't the most illegal thing, I guess it means you have to drink again.
Yeah, I guess that means I have to drink again, and she just drinks.
I feel like you wanted to lose that question.
Oh yeah.
As you continue throughout the night, you are able to ask each other innocuous questions, some less innocuous questions, and slowly each of you gets to a point where you are slowly heading towards your beds. You may choose in what order you do that, or if there's anything you want to do like right before bed, you know, if anyone wants to like confess their love or anything drunkenly.
Make a phone call. Yeah, anything.
Like if any of you have been trying to contact their sister.
Ooh. I think Som is very drunk, but yeah, she's drunk because she was taking shots in between questions. And so when everyone kind of starts to settle down, she'll go to Kestrel and be like, Kestrel.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, am I yelling? Okay, cool. I just
Kestrel has taken out her lute and is just kind of like strumming it.
The song is beautiful. You know who would like this song?
Who?
My sister. She would like this song. Yes, she loves music.
What's her name?
Her name is her name. That doesn't matter right now. I came here to ask you a question because it seems like the perfect time, right? You're playing music. I'm not. Seems perfect, right?
Sure.
So you said that you can talk to dead people, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Usually they talk to me, but I can try to like reach out to a specific person. I don't know. I mean, I haven't done a lot of that, but I could always try.
I have been waiting to ask you to try. I would like for you to try.
Okay.
I just need to know.
Who am I reaching out to?
How much do you need to know?
I don't know, because I haven't really tried to reach a specific person before. So I guess the more you can tell me, the better.
Okay. And I'm gonna look around. Are we like moderately alone? I don't know. Is everyone?
That is up to Eden and Wasari.
In the room with the loot.
I think she doesn't. I think she is too drunk to care. Like she's too drunk right now. She'll just say, "Okay. Well, she looks like me.
Okay.
She has." Her hair is tied up. I don't know if that matters. Her hair is in a ponytail. She has my eyes.
What's her name?
Her name is Som.
You have the same name?
Something like that, yes.
That must have made it easier for your parents if all the kids had the same name.
Yeah, if they remembered. I think Som or just no. I think that should be good.
Okay. Do you know how Psalm passed away?
She was taken from me. I wanted her to go away, and she did, and I actually didn't want her to leave. And I just want to be sure that she's dead if she's dead.
Oh.
And if she is dead, then you can talk to her and I can tell her to come back, and then I didn't want her to go, and that I'm not actually angry, and that we can be sisters again. But if she's not dead, then I can go find her.
Okay. I can try. If I can't reach her, it doesn't necessarily mean that she's not dead. It might just mean that I'm not very good at this yet. But if I do reach her, then you'll know for sure. So right. I can. Okay. And Kestrel kind of like thinks for a second because she hasn't tried to like reach out to someone specific before, and so she's trying to think, and she thinks back to like Marscapone trying to find people, and she's like, "Oh, do you have something of hers? Maybe that, I don't know. Maybe that might help."
You see her look down at her hands, at her finger, at a ring that has this beautiful dragon opal in it, and dragon opal that is almost like washed out by black ink. And she'll take it off and hand it to you.
It shouldn't go away or anything. It might help me focus.
Okay. All right.
Okay. And she kind of looks over at the other people in the room to see if they're paying attention or not.
I feel like at some point in the middle of everything, Iden has taken the moment to transform into an Axebeak and just walk around the room for no reason other than because they said no animals. So you can't really tell if I'm paying attention or not. There's just an Axebeak walking around, maybe sitting on furniture occasionally.
And I'm doing my best not to listen in. I am sketching the Axebeak sitting on the furniture in one of my journals.
Okay.
So
I will
picturesque.
put the loot down.
Okay.
And I will sit on the floor with the ring in my hands and try to concentrate the way that I do when I get a tail. Except this time I'm specifically trying to, like, I'm picturing the psalm that I know as the closest approximation, and I'm trying to like channel everything into that, and I'm saying the name like psalm out loud, just like, if you can hear us, psalm, come, someone wants to talk to you, psalm. There isn't really a mechanic for this, so let me know what you want.
I was going to say,
that's how I'm doing it.
Do you, when you use your story ability, that burns a bardic inspiration, correct?
Yes.
So go ahead and scratch one of those off.
Okay.
And roll for me a wisdom performance.
Wisdom performance. Okay. I am proficient in performance, so then it's just wisdom plus proficiency, right?
Correct.
Okay. Where's my wisdom? There's my wisdom. Okay. Okay, that's not bad. 14 plus 5 is 19.
19. So what you see happen as you're trying to do the same thing you normally do to reach your friends on the other side, but this time you're calling out specifically for this psalm girl. You start seeing a female figure apparate before you. It's staticky at first, and then the radio starts going haywire in the same room. The lights start dimming and brightening and going in and out.
All 5 of you can see your breath is very cold as it comes out. And you see standing before you someone who is tall, but maybe not as tall as the psalm you know. And they have very pointed ears, and although you can't really tell colors, it's all in a bluish tinge. This person has no horns and has very long, you would probably guess, reddish hair. And actually she looks nothing like the psalm that you know, and instead looks very much like Wasari.
I keep my eyes locked on the ghost because I'm just trying to like stay concentrated on keeping her here. But I'll just say, Psalm, is that who you were looking for?
I don't think so.
You hear coming from the ghost.
I will look up from my sketchbook at that.
I think I may have called the wrong Wasari, there's someone here for you, I think, maybe. Oh god, I think I know what this is.
Do you remember?
Kestrel?
Do I remember?
Okay, no, that's fine.
I'm just
Wasari.
guessing if it's somebody for Wasari. I'm guessing, but I don't. Am I supposed to remember something?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Wasari, you see before you, although some of the outlines, some of the shapes are indelible, you see the form of your mother.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Wasari just stares for a few moments.
The ghost points, and it is generally due north towards
northwest.
northwest. I'm real bad at directions. Northwest, where Andare is.
What do you mean?
You see this blue light, and it flickers just gently to an orangish to a red, and you can see that her face is contorted in anger, and she says,
Well, that's not very nice. What was she supposed to do?
The figure snaps her head. Whoops, I snapped too hard. Snaps her head over to you.
Kestrel doesn't look very like phased by this. She's used to talking to ghosts, so like she's kind of like, there's a ghost here, whatever. Sorry, I missed what she said.
She said, "Save him."
Oh.
I will. I couldn't do it then. We couldn't fight them then, but I will. I have a plan. I know what I have to do.
Did you try? Did you do anything?
She can't do much if she's dead.
And as you respond, Kestrel, you see some of her form become a little more solidified. She like does another snap of anger, but then it goes back to the staticky outline again.
Kestrel, can you stop this?
Yeah, and I drop concentration.
The moment that you do that, it appears to go like the static outline of the ghost goes back, or not back, but like goes away. There is no more outline. But you can hear that the radio is still going on the fritz, and you can still see all of your breath. It's still real cold in this room.
Kestrel,
Not
please.
leaving.
Sorry.
I try to dismiss the ghost again.
I mean, you dropped concentration.
Yeah.
Unless you have a spell that can literally banish a ghost, which I don't know enough about the.
Someone might have something.
Yeah, someone might have something. Nothing that I know of.
Otherwise, I would accept a religion check from anyone that's trying to disperse the ghost at this point.
Have I ever had this happen before?
No,
Like a ghost hasn't left when I'm done?
No, they have been pretty amiable or compliant with your wishes.
Okay.
I can help, by the way.
That's a 14.
Okay. What did you have up your sleeve, Saul, to help?
So I'm going to see if there's any. I almost just kind of am following Kestrel's lead. If Kestrel is just focusing, that's fine, then someone won't help. But if Kestrel is trying to like go around and turn lights on or anything like that, like she's going to try to run around and help that way.
Kestrel, you think you might be able to disperse the ghost, and you run over to the kitchen area and find just like this huge salt shaker and pop the top off and start throwing it around where the ghost was.
Okay.
As you throw the salt, you see in the air where it touches where the ghost was, you see little pops and the grains just like turn to poof into dust as though they hit something. And you see the radio fritz out some more, the static going wild, and smoke come out of the radio, and the lights just completely shut off in the room.
Don't know if that made it better or worse.
The temperature is starting to climb again.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that wasn't your sister.
No. I'm sorry. That was. I shouldn't have pushed that. Wow. Sorry, are you okay?
No.
I don't know a whole lot about ghosts. I'm still kind of figuring it out. But either that wasn't actually your mom, or your mom sucks. You did the best you could, and getting yourself killed doesn't help anybody.
You hear Eden's voice in your head. Yeah, that's right. And besides, what would your mom's ghost know about what you can do now to help? And the Axebeak just kind of ruffles feathers on the couch.
I've also never had something stay around like that or get scary like that. So I think that might have been some creature pretending to be your mom. Not a real ghost, because no ghost I've ever talked to has acted like that.
Oh.
So you shouldn't listen to it.
I think I've had enough to drink. I'm gonna go meditate for a few hours.
Okay.
And I'll go to my room and shut the door.
Once the adrenaline kind of wears off, Kestrel also looks wiped. And goes, I think I should go to bed too. I'm really tired now.
Back to regular Eden and just say, can I help you to the room?
Yeah, thanks. Psalm, are you okay?
I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, go to bed.
Will do.
As you all...
wait. Oh yeah.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Psalm's just gonna wait for everyone else to leave. She's going to grab whatever bottle they were drinking from, and then she's not actually gonna go to her bed. She's gonna sleep on the couch.
All right.
As you all bed down for the night, each of you having your own thoughts, feelings, emotions, everything, you all drift off to sleep. And Eden, you have a dream, and it feels so familiar, but at the same time new every time. And It starts out and you are dancing in the stars. You are frolicking. You're able to change shape from one animal to another and you start to notice that there's someone else who is dancing with you, and they seem to be having just as much fun as you are. And you are both so happy and so joyous in that dream. And as you part and come together and part and come together in this wonderful, illustrious dance, you notice that around you it is changing from night to twilight to dawn, and all the way back through and in between. And finally, after a moment, you find yourself breathless, and you are in the middle of an open field underneath a lone, reaching, warm tree. And as you can see, the arms of this tree spread out further and wider than you feel you can really comprehend, and yet you can see this field is full of sun and warmth and flowers. And after you have looked around, you notice that your dancing partner is there, and you are both standing breathless, and you finally get a look at your dancing partner. You realize it's your astral form. It's what you look like when you become your star self, and you are both breathless, and you are smiling as you are gazing upon this other form of yourself. And then there's no sound other than the two of you looking at each other and breathing.
Hmm?
You hear a responding, it sounds almost like a laugh, but it is closer to the tinkling of bells.
This is different.
You hear responding, the cadence of the stars respond back from your astral self.
What do you want me to do?
You, as you are looking at this, at yourself, it should be yourself, you see something that you've never seen before, and that is the widening of a smile. You can see the mouth forming there, and there's just the whisper of, soon, microscopico esteri. And then you wake up.
Good timing, dog.
And that's where we're going to take our break.
What?
Break time. Take 5. Go touch grass. Get hydrated. We will see you all back here very, very shortly. Very, very soon.
A big stretch.
Yes, stretch. This is going to be a wild ride.
And we're not even started. We'll see you when we come back. Bye. Hello and welcome back to Shifting Echoes. So just a very, all of you are able to wake up the next day refreshed, although probably Anna might have woken up before everyone else because she went off to meditate for 4 hours, and that's all she needs.
That
So-
is my intention. So I wanted to do something like just before dawn, before everybody else got up.
Okay, well, yes.
Did Psalm stay on the couch all
I'm
night?
sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Grovel.
Yes.
Are you still awake when Wasari leaves her room? Is Psalm still awake, or?
I think that she probably slept because eventually, like, she was staying awake, but she eventually just fell asleep. So she's asleep.
I
Like,
was gonna
sound
say,
asleep.
like you judging, but just from my limited knowledge of drinking parties, probably stayed awake until like 3 a.m. Fell asleep, and then dawn is at 6. So 3 hours of drunk sleep, you're probably still deep in it. Like,
Yeah,
the dead could not wake Psalm at the
it is
moment.
thick.
Yeah,
It
it's-
is thick.
It's one of those mornings we're not leaving the city by noon like we had
Mhm.
wanted. It's not happening. But yeah, so I'll walk out of my room and glance at Psalm and then sit down and write a bit until probably just before dawn. And then I'm going to make a phone call.
Okay.
Who would you happen to be calling? What's the
Yeah. So when I pick up the phone, I am going to ask the operator to connect me to the vacation home that we just left.
You know it, you get put on hold for about a minute and transferred over to the Andare communications company that is responsible for handling all of the connections in your fiefdom. And then you get put on hold again for about another 2 minutes. And finally the phone starts to ring.
Hello. It is your aunt on the other end of the line.
I did not expect her to answer it herself. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, sorry. How was your stay?
Not as relaxing as I would have liked.
I am sorry to hear that, but I have heard very good things about the Moon's Fallow, so it should be a lovely place. I hear they have a pool that you could visit, and they even enchant the swimming suits and everything.
It's quite beautiful.
I imagine you're probably not calling me because of the hotel. I figured that was just a way to punch at me without your fists.
I can be busy at times. I can be petty at times.
It runs in the family.
My mother's death is your responsibility, as is everybody else who died in that coup. Your grab for power, and you're holding my father prisoner. You're a shit person. You know I still hold a claim. I can go to the council. I can rally the other fiefdoms. I can bring war to you, but I don't want to become you.
Some of those things are correct. I tried to resurrect your mother. I really did.
I don't want to hear it. I'm calling you to negotiate. If you agree to my terms, I will support your claim.
Okay. Here, or do you somewhere else? We can do it over the phone. I'm just...
Over the phone's best.
Okay.
It's safer for both of us, I think. First, you will release my father. You will give him an estate to retire to. It doesn't have to be near the capital. It just needs to be comfortable and safe, somewhere where he can mourn his wife. You will not threaten him with enchantment or anything like that anymore. I will talk to him and make sure he doesn't work against you. Second,
If you would like, you can talk to him now.
let's finish this first.
Of course.
Second, you will name me as your sole heir. I will have all rights and privileges that go with that, but my life will be my own. I will choose my own guard that I can trust, and I'll pick the people that I have around me. I still have traveling and promises to fulfill. And when it's time, I'll choose my own marriage, regardless of political gain or loss. And third, I will take the estate at Malfanor as my residence for now. It'll be mine to manage as I see fit.
All of this seems perfectly reasonable. Is there anything else? Do you want money ahead of time? Do you require help with your group?
My group needs to be paid. 100 platinum pieces should do it.
Again, easy enough. I will say, I don't know about your father. As I said, some of the things that you said were very correct. I am absolutely to blame. But at no time did I plan on enchanting your father. That was his request.
Well,
I can absolutely set him free. I want you to know that I don't do mind control lightly. After your mother refused to come back with the resurrection spell, he did not wish for death, but he did not wish for life.
I don't care for the reasons. Tell him this was my request, and that I'll speak to him soon.
As I said, some of these are actually things that I dearly wished for.
Just drop the documents and announce it however you see fit. And I'll hang up the phone.
Okay. You hang up. There is an audible ding of finality to it.
I think this is the point when Wasari finally just breaks down.
Hours pass. the sunlight starts to seep in through the windows, which last night they looked like they were simply black glass windows. And this morning, you can see that as the sun comes up, they have colors. And you can see an array of rainbow with the dawn. And then several more hours pass, and you notice that, like, yeah, okay, the crying's done, you've rehydrated, you've gotten a drink, but your other friends are probably not going to be awake for a good chunk of time. If you want to do the continental breakfast or anything like that, it is up to you, but they've probably got another like 2 or 3 hours of sleep before they're going to be awake.
Yeah, I will prestidigitate my face to get rid of the evidence of crying, and it's one of the best spells.
It is. That's what.
And
Jerri
I'll grab
says.
some fruit on the way out. And I'm going to head to a bank, and I'm going to get the payment for my friends and for myself, because I'm splitting that 4 ways.
Okay. So that was 100 plat. You go to your account and you see that there was one full payment of 100 plat, and then there is another payment of 800 plat along with it. But they are 2 separate deposits.
Can I see where the second one came from?
Same place.
Same place. Okay. Yeah, I will leave that 800 in there for now then. I'll just take out the 100. Well, no, I'll treat my friends. I'll take out 200 platinum.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to, so like, this is your account, and so you know how much is in it. I'm not going to keep track of that. Just know that once a month you get 100 plat, and you have started out with 900 plat. And you may disseminate it as you wish.
Okay. More bookkeeping. My favorite thing about being a wizard. So I have 700 in there.
Yes, currently.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I'll head back. And I will, before everyone gets up, I will separate this out into 3 pouches. I'll do, 50 platinum in each pouch.
As you are heading back, before you can get back into a taxi from the bank, one of the
Ragamuffins.
one of the ragamuffins that you notice has been keeping particular eyes on you bumps into you, and you feel a little weight in your coat pocket as it gets a little heavier. And then the child just runs off.
I'll wait a few moments and then see what it was.
As you unfurl it, it's an address and a time.
When's the time?
Noon today.
Is there any other information? Do I recognize the handwriting?
You do not recognize.
Seen Jerri write like this. It's one of her handwritings.
Okay, that was going to be my question. Okay, I will head back to the hotel then. I do not want to go to that address alone.
I mean, so
What
you get
time
back.
does it say to go there?
It says to go there at noon. I think we agreed that probably you guys went to bed around 3, so in order to have your 8-hour rest, that would be
11.
I can math.
But she can come wake us up.
Oh yeah, no, she can come wake you up, but like if she wakes you up at 10, that's not a long rest. And some of you used spells last night. So it's important to know.
Yeah, I will let everyone get their 8 hours. I will wake everyone up at 11.
Okay.
Each of you are shaken awake by a translucent golden mage hand that's made up of just these floating gold arcane symbols. If you look at your door with Sari standing in the doorway, and she just motions towards the sitting room with her head.
Not so hard.
At some point in the middle of the night, Iden got like whacked in the chest as Kestrel's just kind of flailing around in her sleep.
Got like bruises everywhere.
Did they wake up? No. But did they suffer damage? A little.
But it was a long rest.
It was a long rest, so it doesn't matter, yeah.
You're up early. What's the matter?
It's 11 a.m.
Oh, God.
We have someplace to be, apparently.
We do?
Since when?
Since I got this address in my pocket.
Come again?
Oh. Okay.
But first, gifts for everyone. And I will toss each... Yeah, it's only 50 coins. I'll toss each person a pouch.
Oh,
Nice.
If you want, you can roll dexterity checks to see who
Oh,
drunk,
yeah,
who like hung over gets whapped in the face.
Yeah.
Should I roll a disadvantage?
That is up
Of
to
course.
you. That is up to you.
I will. I got a 2 and a 12, so
19.
5.
I choose to fail.
Okay. For you, like that bruise that Kestrel hit the coin purse, like hits directly in the center of that bruise. For Psalm, it hits you in the face and like somehow gets caught in your horns, so you just no.
It's like I have to like get up and like reposition with my horns facing downwards in order to get it out.
Exactly.
Pull that out.
Oh, why are you throwing bags of rocks at me? Oh,
Not rocks, it's money.
oh my God.
You all have helped me out a lot, so before we go shopping today, let's consider a payment for services rendered.
Are you sure?
This is more money than I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
Having rich friends is the best. And I'll get up and start getting dressed.
Psalm will just nod to Asari, just laugh and then put it in her pouch.
She's just
Petty
like, oh,
cash.
cool. I get, yeah.
We
exactly.
both acknowledge it's petty cash, but I'm not going
Yes.
to give you more than the other two.
Absolutely.
Set about getting ready and join everyone in the sitting room.
Do the same.
So I recognize the handwriting. It's one of the ones that I've seen Jerri use before. So
Do you
it's
think
my
Jerri
guess.
sent it?
I don't think so, because it's only a single handwriting. It's probably Jenner.
Oh. You said before that Jenner wanted to see us or something, right?
I said he might. It shouldn't be for anything bad. I gave him information. There's no reason he should have any quarrel with us.
Maybe
We
he
should
just
be
wants
careful.
more information.
It's possible. You should be careful regardless. So we'll do this meeting and then shopping and then get your spell. And then we need to go find your band. We've put that off long enough.
Okay. Sounds good.
make your way out.
And Psalm, grab some of the liquor bottles.
Any of the leftover food that won't spoil.
I mean, there's crack. I'm trying to think of things that wouldn't spoil because most of it's like, delicate, not delicate, but charcuterie tray stuff and fruits, cheeses, and boy howdy, cheese and sausage smells amazing in your pouch after days of travel.
Oh yeah, so Psalm won't. I guess she would know that, so she'll just grab as much cheese as she can, and like crackers and cheese and grapes, and she's just like popping them in her mouth as her hangover snack.
Grapes, my favorite hangover snack.
If you didn't finish the 24-ounce steak you got last night, you can probably snack on some of that too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Get that good protein.
It's breakfast.
Breakfast. I call this turf and turf.
So you are able to make your way. Each of you, like, mostly coming out of your hangover as you walk it off and sweat it out, and I'm sure all of you grabbed some form of hydration with you and are all just sipping it as you walk. But you eventually make your way towards the address, and this is definitely not Moon's Fallow area. This is a little bit dirtier. The buildings are a little bit smaller, and but you are able to find the address easily enough. There is a building. It seems pretty nondescript. According to the outside, like, this might be an apartment complex or it could be a restaurant. You really can't tell. Like, it does not seem to be any particular kind. So with that knowledge, you knock on the door, I assume. And,
as long as everyone's ready.
Yeah.
And so you are able to, or you see a little slit open, look up and down, close again, and the door very quickly opens. Come in, and it is a child. Open the door and lets all of y'all in. Quickly, come on.
I quickly go in.
As you come in, he slams the door and you hear like 4 locks behind you. And your eyes adjust, and you see in front of you, it's set up very similar to like a dining room, but it is a small enough house that this is probably the one room that's not like a bedroom or bathroom. God, do they have a bathroom? Who knows? And you can see sitting at the table is Jenner. There are 1 or 2 ragamuffins around that they're going into other rooms or doing things like that. They're just kind of generally moving about the space. And 1 other person that was sorry, you would recognize her as Crib. She is an Eladrin woman who was sorry. You remember her being very clipped is a great word that describes Crib. She had everything was just kind of crisp, even though it was a little dirtier. And if you would please, well, no, I'll just give this to you. It's evident enough. Her eyes are bloodshot, and she appears to have been very recently crying. And you notice that she is wearing around her neck the kerchief that Mac used to wear. Jenner stands up and says, "Oh, Lady Sylphine, welcome. If you would please have a seat. We need to chat."
There's no need for pretense anymore. You can use my actual name, I say as I go and sit down.
Ah, yes. So, is it lady now? Should I call you princess, your highness? Just whispering what'll work for
Oh, sorry is fine.
you. Fantastic. I have a new business proposition for you. Been so helpful. I appreciate the information you passed along. Unfortunately, things have taken a turn for the worse, so I need to call upon you and your friends' technical expertise. A little bit of outsourcing, contract work, you know.
We're kind of in the middle of something. We're actually
Aren't
just
we
about
all
to
a
leave
little
town.
busy? Yeah, about that. So, heard you came back from Andare. How'd that go? The old aunt dead?
She's not, but things are settled. Your reward is safe.
Thank you so much. I was getting worried that I might not be able to see those beautiful Andaran hills before I pass away. Speaking of me, I seem to have a little bit of a problem. That doctor that you sent me into a war with warned me. Fair enough, fair enough. You gave me the useful information. I acted upon it. It did not go as planned. Quite a sneaky little bastard they are. Well, good news. They're in the hospital. I just need you to go in there and finish the job.
How many people are in the room currently?
I mean, it's definitely you four, Crib Jenner as two more, so that's 6. And like I said, there are just people who appear to be moving in and out of the space, who they appear to be, some of them might be messengers, some of them might be working, and they range from ragamuffin kids to like grown-ass adults.
But it's safe to assume we're probably outnumbered in this place.
When you're talking to Jenner, 9 times out of 10, you're probably outnumbered.
So tempted to keep my promise to Jerri right now.
As Crib sees you thinking this over, she slams her hands on the table and she says, "You weren't there. You did not see what happened. He was able to... That monster was able to make people literally just disappear. He was able to... He punched holes through people. This isn't something you can just send some random kids out to fight."
You see Jenner just take a knife and just slam it straight into the table. Crib, I need you to not scare my potential contractors. Take a walk.
You see
Little too late for that.
another tear fall down her face, and you see her disappear into one of the doorways, and you hear a door slam somewhere else in the building.
I apologize about that. No, it's hard to retain good health these days.
So why do you think we're qualified for this? Assassination isn't something we normally do.
I wouldn't think it's an assassination. I think you come in and you say hello, and then the fight breaks out.
I just figure you were the one that wanted to start this war. Maybe you wanted to end it. I mean, after all, he did, according to you, want you to murder me. So I figured since you're on my side, you gave me the warning. That must mean that you want to murder them.
I think that's a bit of a leap in logic.
A bit. I gave you the information. We don't do hits on people.
A lady of power. You don't want to get your own hands dirty. You just want the other person dead. Understood. Oh, that's a terrible shame. But I'm sure I can find someone else to fight your war for you. Let's see.
I didn't start this war. I warned you of a threat on your life, and that is it. Your choices are your own.
Little column A, little column B. It depends on your perspective. But for instance, under my perspective, I see that Jerri deserted our party while we were working on this war that you sent. But can't seem to find her. I don't suppose you lot have run into her recently.
We haven't seen her.
Well, that's good. That's good. I so dearly miss Jerri right now. And after the events the other day, I understand she's afraid, she's alone, and I really just want to make sure she's doing all right. So if you do find her out there, would you kindly bring her back to me?
Think we can let her know that you're looking?
There'll be a reward in it for you, of course, if you're able to bring her back. And if you do find her, she doesn't want to come back. Well, she's a little sick in the head, so I think if you're willing to convince her, I'd really appreciate that. I don't need too much of her. When you bring her back, we'll make do. Nothing a little cleric can't fix up.
Question, how many doors are in this room?
I'd say 5 that you can see clearly.
If I glance at my party mates, I've been traveling with them for a little while now. Am I getting a sense how everyone is feeling?
Roll an insight.
Well,
like I would say this is a roll an insight because it's not so much like they're trying to hide something. It's more just her ability to.
She's trying to feel out the party's sentiment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we don't.
So that's an insight because it's not that they're trying to hide it. It's just her ability to observe.
I see what you say.
So yeah, roll an insight.
Yeah. This isn't. Good call.
Thank you.
Ooh, that's really good. That's a natural 19 plus. Not great at insight. That's 21 total.
So, party, what vibes are you giving off for Wissery's vibe check?
Kestrel wants to set this guy on fire.
Psalm is pissed.
Aiden's disgusted and wears a very visible face that matches that emotion.
There's also some confusion on Kestrel's face, I think, and anytime he talks about like, oh, you guys started a war or something, because to the best of her knowledge, all we did was say, hey, someone wants to kill you.
Y'all heard the note, right? Yeah. Everyone in the room heard what the note said.
Mm-hmm.
I just want you to think about some of the words that were used in that note.
What is this building made out of?
Building materials.
So it's down by
Did you
the
just say
docks.
it's flammable or no?
The floor and a lot of the furnishings / boxes are definitely of the flammable nature, but the structure itself is brick. That good old Breinocian brick.
Breinoc does two things good: guns and typewriters.
Typewriters and bricks.
Doing something right.
Yeah.
Thinking about getting something really stupid, and I don't know if the party's into for it.
Do it. Go for it.
Yeah.
We got your back.
Yep.
So I'll let them chat for a moment. So the door that Crib went through, is it a
Yes.
shut door?
It is a shut door.
Uh,
It was
okay.
slammed if I wasn't.
You heard a slam somewhere else in the building. None of the, other than the one that's behind you, none of the rooms have doors. Like, they're just, think about like your floor plan, you know how there are doors that you would walk through, but it's not like
There's
closed.
portals, doorways.
Archways? Yeah,
Archway.
doorways, but no door.
Hallway.
I
That's
don't know
good
how to
enough.
explain that. I apologize.
Yeah, I made a promise to Jerri that I would help her take care of Jenner when I had the chance, and he is weakened from this war, which was my intent. I'm going to cast Flaming Sphere into the hallway that Crib went down and kick back from the table.
As soon as you start casting the what components are involved in that?
Let's see. Ooh, all of them. So it's my
There's
bracelet.
a little bit
slash-
of bat guano, there's a little bit of herbs, there's like
You just see as you start casting the spell, Jenner just like sits and waits patiently, and you notice the spell does not go off. Are you done here? You can leave.
Okay.
Great.
Did it seem like a counter spell or like there is an anti?
roll a Arcana check.
Yeah, it would be an Arcana check. Good job once again.
Another 19. This is my brand new Wasari metal D20. That's a 26 on Arcana.
Okay, so yeah, you've noticed now, you picked up off of the magic items you're currently carrying that none of them seem to be thrumming with power in here. It was a subtle change in the air, but you didn't pick it up at first. But now that you've casted the spell and you definitely confirm it, you're in an anti-magic field.
That means he is too. No, I'll just. As I said, I'm not interested in your war.
If I ever catch you in this town again, I'll gut you and throw you in the dock.
Well, that puts us in an interesting position then.
Does it?
If you expect to retire to Andari, it does.
I'm sorry, you signed a contract. I mean, I'm sure I could go to the fiefdom and ask them how they feel about it, but I'm pretty sure, unless you are a liar, that the contract is sound. In perpetuity, all that.
Well, I'm sure we'll see more of each other in the future.
You best hope not. And he waves, and small child like pushes you towards the door, and you can see fear in this child's face. The child does not want to does not want you to stay in this room any longer than Jerri wants you to stay in this room, and starts like pushing you towards the door and out into the street. And you hear click, 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 click as the locks for. I'm sorry. And you're back out in the street.
Well, that didn't go as planned.
Fuck that guy. Seriously. Terrible person.
Yeah, I have a feeling the result would have been the same with us turning down this job.
As you're walking away, I assume that you continue walking away, or are you guys just gonna like talk outside of his hangout?
Oh, no, we're gonna keep walking.
Okay.
Keeping an eye out.
As you keep walking, you hear a near you, and out steps Crib. And she looks directly at you, Asari, and she says, "If you want to know more about Jerri, go to Marscapone's Lost and Gone. Apparently, she is leaving a message for you there. And I hope that you know that every single death that happened was because of you." And she spits on your boot. "Mac's gone because of you and your little power play. I hope you get what you deserve." And then you hear, "Psh," and she's gone again.
We should finish our business up in the city and go.
Yeah.
Going to Marscapone's anyway. Although I do have to say, it seems like his whole crew has an issue of blaming other people for their own decisions.
That it does. I guess Morris Capone's first, since we know there's a message waiting for us, and then shopping after.
Sure.
You all head towards the shopping district, the arcane shopping specifically, and you see Marscapone's shop, just as it always was. Marscapone's Lost and Gones. And you head up the stairs and knock 3 times.
You see the tiny slot on the bottom of the door open up, and then it shuts again. And then you hear some latches up top, and both parts of the door open up. "Hey, hello, come in. It's good to see y'all again. You're looking good."
Hi, Marscapone.
So, were you able to find whoever you were looking for?
Well, we found one, but we ran out of time on the other. So we were hoping for a refresh on that one. But also we heard that there might be a message here for us.
You see his face light up, and he closes the door and says, "I was only supposed to, only if you asked, because, you know, you never know what's going on in this city. But, let's see, which one should we do first? Should we do, and you see that he's like, he has this nervous energy about him as he pulls out a book from his shelf. And you notice, those of you more discerning would notice that this book has less dust on it than most of the other books. And he opens it up, and there is a flare of flame, and you can hear, hopefully you can hear,
"Dear Iden, Psalm, Kestrel, and Wasari, I'm writing this to say that I'm sorry I wasn't able to wait for you all to come back. I wanted to, but I couldn't. It's not safe for me in Breinoc, nor anyone who knows me. I had to leave. I am safe, or as safe as I can be. Thank you all for showing me there is a much larger world outside of the city. I intend to see it. I'm not scared. I hope our paths will cross again. If luck has anything to say about it, we will. I treasure what little time we had to spend together, and I hope you are all able to find what you're searching for. I'll miss all of you, but don't worry about me. I make my own luck. Until we meet again, yours, Jerri.
Marskbone closes the book and the flames die down. Yeah, she this is a book that if you write things down, it'll leave that message and it'll say it in your own voice. She's got a very nice voice of her own. I like it. But yeah, she left and asked. She did ask me specifically not to look for her with a pocket watch. So, you know, if that's why you're here, I am terribly sorry. Will not do if someone specifically asks not to be found.
Well, that wasn't the person we were here looking for, although it's good to know that she's okay. And hopefully we find her again soon.
Yeah, I'm glad she got out of here.
Tom will just like pass the Tressum with the keychain. Like, if she comes back here, give this to her.
Oh, look at that big guy. This is, and like Marskapone takes it. And this is a very large. Like, this could be a couch for Marskapone. Like, just.
Yeah.
I will cherish this with my life and make sure that she gets it if, you know, if she ever comes back. Like, toddles over and puts the Tressum with Jerri's name tag up on a shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Was it just the message was finding someone else a cover? I fully understand if that was the case.
Oh, no, I actually needed a refresher. Mine, well, I think it is starting to wear off, and I kind of show the watch and like how it's kind of like jerking around a little bit.
Oh, that's fascinating. Looks like you're running into. Oh, the watches come and go all at once. They don't wear off. So it's still working. That's good. That just means I can top off the spell a little, get a little more magic in there, shove it in there for you. But no, it looks like you're experiencing some outside interference there.
What does that mean?
Well, so back in my day, you could tie two cans together with a string, and you could talk to each other through the string.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if someone tied a third string to the two strings, maybe, and then they talk through that, it could like interrupt the message. So like, there's a third party messing with your watch, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, like someone else is using it to track this person?
Not so much someone else's, but here, let me show you. And he takes the pocket watch and he like fiddles with the glass that is normally over top of the watch apparatus. Mm-hmm. And he goes, okay, so it's pointing that way, right? Mm-hmm. And then he with his little tiny finger, like pulls, and you can see that it actually takes quite a bit of effort for him to pull it off, but he is able to pull the hand so that it moves off, but then he has to let it back and it swings back towards Enraylar.
So someone is trying to tell me it's the wrong place?
I don't know what someone else is trying to do. I don't know what kind of interference it is. I've had a slew of different things, but normally this is pretty, unless something is like physically moving that little hand there, it's not another spell. I can tell you that. There's nothing else on this that's a spell, but there's something that is like taking that hand and moving it, and I do not know how that is happening. It's that's pretty great. That's pretty cool. In the sense of study.
So something wants me to go back to Andare, and I kind of look over at Wasari.
I mean, is this pointing at Andare? I know that there's other countries up that way as well, but Andare might be a thing. Is Andare where you went last time?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I mean, maybe, I guess. I don't know. I can't tell you.
When did it start messing up?
When we left Andare. Is it still doing it now?
Yeah.
Every once in a while.
Like it's not like every 10 seconds or so. It's every few minutes. You'll see the watch hand slowly move back to Andare. And then it'll snap back towards Enraylar again.
Well, I think I have an idea of who's messing with it.
Zendari Corvu is in that direction as well.
Yeah, but we also did just talk to someone who was pretty intent on us going back to Andare.
I've already settled that.
Oh. Does she know that? I mean, she might now, because you just said it out loud and I'm here. So I don't know how that works.
Oh. Just trying to block that part out.
As you are talking, Marscapone takes the watch and starts fiddling it in order to refill it. Continue.
Once Wasari says out loud that she's handled it, does the watch keep futzing?
The watch is really fussing. I'm trying to not cuss. But no, yeah, it's still fussing.
Yes.
Let's find your band first, and then we'll worry about whatever this is.
Okay. I mean, it's still solid enough to track by, I guess.
As you say that, you hear a loud pounding noise from Marscapone, and you see him over there just like hitting the watch with a hammer. Sometimes you gotta re-break it to let more magic in.
Your style of the arcane is fascinating.
Thank you. My mother used to say that. And he was whacking away with that hammer. Then, as for payment, as I recall, it was what, 100 gold last time you guys was here.
I think so.
So let's say 50, since this is just the topping it off, just refilling the glass.
Okay, I have that much money, and I can totally pay you.
Oh, hot dang! Just a little bit of a warning, though. This you can't refresh the spell after.
Okay. Well, worst
Like-
comes to worst, I have other things we could do a fresh one, but
It won't survive another hammer.
okay. I will hand over 50 gold.
Marscapone, I was actually interested in getting a watch of my own as well.
Oh, fantastic! You're fine. You're fine with the 100 gold this time.
Yeah, that's no issue. Is that a platinum?
That's 10 platinum.
10 platinum? Yeah, it's over. I just do that.
Okay. Dude, why do you all use the funny money? And he bites each one of them. Just he doesn't know what it tastes like, but there it goes, and he goes in his pocket, and he starts getting out the components and the watch and the everything. And okay. Something that they owned, and it will disappear when you use it.
Oh god. Okay. Kestrel, do you happen to have that ring?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Then I'll give it back.
She does not know if she's ready to part with it.
And remember, the spell does not work more if you put richer components into it. Like, it can be a cloth. It can be a handkerchief.
You can pop out the gem or something, or like take a part of the ring, throw that in there. It's got to be big enough, I guess, to make an emotional connection to the person.
And you will watch her like crack the gem out of it, and then she'll walk over to Mascarpone and say, may I borrow your hammer?
Of course. He passes off the hammer.
And she will try to shatter it so it's in 2 pieces.
Roll a d6.
Okay. 6.
It is now in 6 pieces.
Yay! Okay.
Easy conversion. This is how we do the arcane.
Yes! She takes half of the pieces and she will drop them in his hand and say, is this enough for you?
Yeah, this should be more than enough. And he puts that on the pile. And if you would please describe your poison.
Okay. She looks like me. She's a tiefling. Do you need like description, like looks wise, or what kind of? She wears stupid armor and it's silver, and she has a blue vest and blue pants, and she's got her hair put up. It looks exactly like mine. She's got the same horns as me. And she should have a ring exactly the same as that one.
Okay, that sounds like a pretty good description. So basically you, but different.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Yeah, that shouldn't be no problem. So Marscapone does the ritual casting of the spell, and you see the pieces of the fragments of the gem disappear and materialize into the watch, and it lets out a little bit of a ringing as it stops glowing for a second, and Marscapone hands it over to you. There you go. Looks like the spell's already starting to work. You see the clock hands start spinning around, and then they finally begin to settle down, and they are pointing directly towards you.
Yeah, it's working all right. So let's put it in her pocket.
You don't look like a satisfied customer. What's going on?
Okay, I should have expected this. It's nothing on your part. Your craftsmanship is unparalleled, and I trust you. It's just... should have expected this.
Everything okay?
It's it's fine. She just breathes out. She's gonna walk over if he has any windows around. She's gonna go to a window and just kind of like breathe.
There is one window. It is very small, and it's tall enough that you can reach it, but probably Mars Capone couldn't dream of it.
Yeah.
And you're able to like open it even and just let the sun on your face for a bit as the dust settles from that windowsill. You are able to breathe, and you can feel the cool air on your face.
She, after breathing, feeling the cool air, she'll turn around and she seems to have like a completely different tone. And she will just take it out of her pocket and say, "You said you have to break it to allow more magic to go in, right?"
That is when I need to do a refresher. Right now, it cannot handle more magic unless some magic is taken out, say with a one of them anti-magic spells or something like that. But at the moment, but yes.
And you've never been wrong before.
I have been wrong many times in my life, but the spell has always pointed towards the person of which being found and has been lost.
She will take the watch out and then move around the room and see if it's still pointing at her every single time. Every single time she stops.
Yeah, it's doing that. It's definitely doing that thing that you're describing.
Okay. Okay. Maybe it'll change. Maybe. And she'll just pocket it.
Anyone else need to find the poison?
Need to find a thing? I can do both.
In that case, I will ask you to please find the door. And he points at it.
Oh, tall person, if you could please shut the window before you go. It's going to be a heck of a time if I have to climb up there.
Yeah, of course. And I will shut it.
You're the best.
We head out.
Down the stairs creak as you go down, and you find yourself out in the crisp morning air. Well, no, I guess at this point it's like mid-afternoon.
The crisp fall air of the afternoon.
And you are on in the arcane district. For shopping, if there is anything specific that someone is looking for, we can do it here. We can do a bit of role play with it. But if it's just general like components and I want a sword or something like that, we can probably do that out of game. But is there anything that anyone's looking for that like it's a specific thing that you're not sure exists or something like that?
Okay. Well, I mean, with that, if you come up with any ideas, we're more than happy to hash it out between now and next session. But I think we have reached a point in the game where we're going to call it for the day.
I agree. So thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Shifting Echoes. Just a regular shopping episode, you guys. You went to a hotel. You did some. It's fine.
Yeah.
So what we are going to do is we're going to go around the table, and each of you, if you would please tell us who you are, where to find you, what's coming up on your docket next, and your favorite thing about today's game. Let's start with Anna.
Oh, let's see. Favorite thing about today. I think just all the creepiness that happened. I think that caught all of us completely off guard. Yeah, just the general tone, how it shifted from we were all having a ton of fun, living it up in the luxury, playing games, and then it's just super creepy. And that was enjoyable. But yeah, I'm Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny, most places on the internet, queer and trans advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG streamer. You can find me on Twitter at Archival Dust Bunny if any of that sounds interesting. On Sundays when I'm not here, you can find me on Guild of the Phoenix at 8 p.m. Eastern playing Cyberpunk Red. I play MedTech, desperately trying to keep a party with the Death Wish alive. Mondays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, you can find me on Weave the Tale playing Alien Paradise Lost. We had a first facehugger sighting. Everything is getting really dark and creepy now, so it's a good time to check out the end of the season. Tuesday nights, you can find me on Black Feather Guild at 8 p.m. Eastern playing Dragon Age. It's a 2-party campaign. We're in a shared world that will affect each other's outcome, I think. It's all coming together now in the last few episodes. If podcasts are more your thing, you can find me on Response Team Omnicron, a Lancer actual play podcast set in the No Room for Wallflower adventure setting. Following a PR team that unexpectedly finds itself on the front lines. Part 1 and 2 of the premiere are available now on Spotify and Apple and anywhere else you get your podcast. The next episode will be up tomorrow. So it's a great time to jump in. And if you have listened, we have been completely blown away by the support and the amount of people listening. So thank you so much for that. And if you haven't, check out what all the buzz is about. Best place to see where and when I'm streaming is on Twitter. So give me a follow there.
Wonderful. Next up, Lexi.
What is up? My name is Lexi, or at Black Girl Mage on Twitter and Twitch. Let me go ahead and throw out what my favorite part. The accents. Oh my gosh. There was like specific moments, and I don't know why I didn't write down the words, but you just being like, yeah, you know, it's doing what you said it's supposed to do, like all that kind of stuff. I was losing it because it was so good. Just so great, so great. Also, the creepiness was so good. But outside of that, you can find me on Twitter and Twitch. On Twitter, I like to throw terrible but fun D&D opinions and other tabletop RPG opinions out there. And I like to play Magic the Gathering, stuff like that. I just started streaming on my own channel, so yeah, on Twitch. On Tuesdays, I have been streaming Gree. I've been playing a bunch of different kinds of games. I played Valhalla the other day. So yeah, I've been kind of just bouncing around with different kinds of games. So stop by, we kind of just talk and chat it up. Next month, so December, I have a secret project that will be coming out in January. So you just got to keep your eye on my Twitter because you never know when it's going to drop. But that should be what is coming up soon. But yeah, I think that's everything.
Perfect. Passing it off to Wren.
Hey, hi, hello. My name is Wren. You can find me on the internet, and I mean pretty much everywhere on the internet, at Thorny Dryad. I'm an amateur podcaster, voice actor, and variety Twitch streamer. You can hear my wonderful voice, if you think it's wonderful, in the podcast Roads Uncharted, which is the very first and original Genesis actual play TTRPG podcast. We are doing recordings of our 3rd season. We've got some great bonus content between seasons 2 and 3 being released right now. So if you haven't already given us a listen, check us out on any of your favorite podcast streaming platforms. Streaming podcast platforms. I always say streaming. I don't know why. Otherwise, I think that's about all I've got going on here because I don't have any other events going on. So my favorite event in the game session today was probably, I mean, it's already been said before, but I think the emotional whiplash from like having that great question and answer period and just kind of getting to relax and then just getting hit in the face with not just one person's potential emotional difficulty, but then two all at once. So that was kind of a lot, but I enjoyed it. So and then of course it also roped in a third party member who facilitated it. So really it was just a clusterfuck of everyone having bad emotions. So that was great. Thanks.
Thank you. And finally, last but never least, Caitlin.
Hello, my name is Caitlin, aka a theater file all over the internet. I am a variety streamer that focuses on vintage and older console games. Currently, I am playing Final Fantasy VII on Wednesday nights, Ocarina of Time on Sunday afternoons, and Mass Effect occasionally whenever, although those are mostly on hold probably through the holidays because I don't have extra time to stream right now. But the best place to find out where and when I'm streaming is on Twitter. Also, if you have recently watched a very popular Netflix show called Squid Game, we did do a game yesterday on my channel, loosely inspired by said game. It was a death fest. I died 4 times. It was super fun. And we raised $200 for Extra Life. So if you want to check that out, the VOD is available now. Otherwise, Twitter is the best place to stay up to date with what I'm doing in the future.
And favorite thing.
And my favorite part was meeting Jenner, because I don't think I've met him yet in person. And he was super fun and creepy. I really liked how like twisty he was. The way he kept like twisting what people had said into being like, this is your fault, was really kind of diabolical and fun. And I'm excited to have him as a villain in the future. So that was very fun.
Wonderful. So hello, I am Gonah, and this is my channel and where I do many things. Currently I'm a variety streamer, and actually I'm playing a little bit less League lately because ranked season is over and I only got to silver. But it's fine. There's always next season. And honestly, not much going on other than like shifting echoes. Yeah, I don't have one, Teral. I don't have one. It's my page, so but I do have all of these places where you can check me out, and I tend to post at least once a day, definitely on Twitter and TikTok, and you can see updates. But currently I am free and open, and so it's one of those like if you have a project and you need a person who apparently does pretty good voices, hit me up. My favorite thing about today was that there were a couple of things that Teral and I did that were kind of like hints of like, this might be a thing, that might be a thing, and I was super proud of all of the players for like figuring out what those hints meant, either implicitly or explicitly, and that is amazing. Teral.
All right, so kicking it off to me to finish off this wonderful stream, I want to say my name is Teral. You can find me over on Twitch at Teral Plays It All. I'm sorry.
No, yours
okay.
already went up.
Yeah.
Taxes already went up.
And you can find me over on Twitter at Teral Tax Dragon. I currently streaming Monday nights on my channel, and I just finished Castlevania Symphony of the Night, the full version, both inside out and upside down. And now I am probably moving over to Plock next week. I don't know. I really don't know what I'm going to be doing with my life at this point. But that being said, you can always catch me on Gonah's channel as well for Frightful Fridays and Shifting Echoes every other Sunday. So, yeah, that's all I got. I'm a pretty low-key person.
Favorite part?
Favorite part of the day? I think my favorite part was watching Anna and Lexi's characters compared to Caitlin's and Wren's characters when they were dealing with the hotel. And just watching how like, oh yes, this is perfectly normal. They'll do everything for you. And it's like, I don't feel comfortable with any of this. Yeah, that's all I got.
Perfect. So thank you so much for joining us. this episode is going to be up on my YouTube channel next Sunday at 12:30 p.m. Central Time. And we will see you in 2 weeks' time as we continue towards Enralar.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.